Hello, everybody, and welcome to For the Cause Events. We are, well, good times on one and all. Welcome to For the Cause Events. We are here to use the game style for the Queen to tell different stories for different causes. My name is Devlin Kane, and these are my incredible players for today's session of For the Queen Red Strings. If you go ahead and please introduce yourself, starting with Jen.
I'm AK Warlock. You can find me on anything social-wise at AK Warlock. I'm playing Jen O'Neill. She is a research assistant whose best friend and archaeologist professor friend, I don't know, went missing, and she is trying to figure out what happened.
Is that to me then? I guess. I'm
muted, yes, please.
I am muted. No, I'm not, am I?
No, you're good.
Okay. I do that sometimes and then forget. So I am Glenn, aka Games in a Bunker. That's where you can find me online. Tonight I am playing Professor Winthorpe Lewis III, tenured professor of history at Arkham University.
All right, Tommy.
Hello. I am Tommy. Call me anywhere at TommyGon94. Call me Troy, Thomas, Tommy Gon, T, or Vincent. Don't ask. I am playing Gordy Pinstate, a very rich man who has financed this excursion because he just wants to find a thrill or be the first to find something new. You can't find things and, be known for something if you don't go out yourself. So here he is.
And Dakota.
Hi, everybody. My name is Dakota. You can find me most places on the internet at Western Dakota. And if I'm not there, I've either blocked you or I'm not there. Dealer's choice. I do a lot of stuff and I'll save that for the end. And today I will be playing June, who is a mystic. And she is a student of the occult. And she just really likes spooky things and will only tell that to people if they ask.
Fantastic. Now, before we get into it, we are bringing everything together for the Project Hope Venezuela Earthquake Response. And we do little things what your money goes to when you make your donations with a few little events that can occur. $9 can provide a broom to help health workers and local community members clean up after disaster. 42 can equip an emergency responder with a helmet and a shovel. 51 can equip an emergency responder with a pair of leather work gloves, rubber boots, safety goggles, and more. All right, so with all that said, let's begin. Queen of the Red Strings. This takes place roughly in the 1960s, where we find ourselves in the middle of a very open desert. The Queen has tasked all of you to help confirm something that they might have found on site. As you all kind of settle in, bring into the camp and everything, you find yourselves on the kind of the outskirts of a large excavation. That at the bottom of the pit, you see there is a door, ornate, with peculiar runes and a language that you don't recognize. As you all are kind of standing about and kind of getting ready to wait for the arrival of the Queen, a tall, kind of lanky figure stands and begins to kind of approach you. His name is Father Thomas Hale, a priest, somebody, a witness of sorts, brought to legitimize possibly any kind of religious ties that these symbols that you see might be connected to. He approaches Tommy. What do you usually do for the Queen, and what does that make you an unlikely choice for this journey?
Well, usually I don't really do much for the Queen other than, go out for tea excursions, share a bit of gossip. She's a really great friend of mine. When I heard she was interested inside this, I told her that, darling, you do not have to put in any money. I'll gladly finance this entire excursion. I mean, I've always been interested in the strange and the weird, so why not?
Okay. He turns his attention from Tommy to Glenn. What did you bring with you to protect the Queen?
Well, there is my stunning intellect for starters. I am quite an educated man in many of different matters, and that's all that's really needed. I mean, the pen and the brain that wields that pen is mightier than any sword that we could have brought with us.
As a reminder, if anyone has anything they wish to address in regard to questions, you can raise your hand. With that, Father Hale turns to Jin. The Queen trusts you, but no one else in the royal court does. Why?
I honestly don't know. I'm probably not the best person for this job. I'm just trying to find my friend. I know the Queen liked her, so maybe that's why?
After another moment, he turns to June. The Queen once offered you comfort. What does the memory of that will stay with? What about the memory of that will stay with you forever?
Oh, well, you see, when I was a little bit younger, I had this really weird instance where I interacted with some bucks, some male deer, and they, well, I don't know, it was kind of awkward because they were like staring at me, but while I was in college, I was in a library and I was kind of reading up on some like weird animal behaviors because, you do something weird, like you experience something weird like that, you're going to want to try and figure out why exactly it happened, which is kind of what led me to where I am as a expert on it. Regardless, the Queen was so kind, and she listened to me talk about it. And, usually when I talk about that and like all the other stuff that's happened to me in my life, I have a tendency to kind of ramble. I don't know if you've picked up on that quite yet. And she just sat and she listened and listened and listened. And it's like, it's so nice to know that somebody for once is just going to sit there and listen to me while I talk about things. So, knowing that has probably been the only ever time that someone's done that, it really will stick with me for a while.
After he hears your questions, understanding what it is that we found here, I don't suppose any of you are of the faith yourselves.
Well, I'm not, but my papa is.
I tend to stay away from anything that from formed religion.
Fantastic fairy tales.
If I don't see them, they don't exist. That's why I'm in the job that I'm in.
Oh, maybe at the end of this, you'll believe in something. He'll turn around and he makes his way over, begins kind of mingling with others, and about this point, you hear this announcement that the Queen awaits for you inside as some people down in the pit open the doors. It's dark as you begin to venture further into this space. You hear kind of these eerie sounds that you cannot quite locate specifically where they come from. But you do see there are some torches kind of lighting your path as you make your way until you find this kind of large clearing where it looks like some people have already set up a camp of sorts. At this point, you are approached by an older woman. Looks like she might be in her 60s, very elegantly dressed. You know her from photos, Eleanor Graves, the financier for the excavation here. As she approaches you, she steps toward Tommy with a very long cigarette. So tell me, who is this distant power you're traveling to, and why do they make you uneasy?
Distant power? What do you mean, distant power? I mean, the only thing that really makes me uneasy is, well, no, it's perfectly fine. I think everyone here is perfectly fine.
June.
I'm really sorry. You know, my papa said that you should never eavesdrop, but like I couldn't help but kind of be a little bit mystified by that. What makes you uneasy? Listen, you don't got to tell me if you don't want to tell me, but I'm a little bit curious, you know, seeing as we're gonna be doing this together. I'd really like to get to know you more.
You see him like look around this place, even though like we're in a camp and stuff, like it's getting darker and we're now inside of the place and everything and stuff. Like I said, nothing makes me uneasy. I'm surrounded by wonderful people who know what they're doing, who understand what they're doing, understand the risks of what we're doing. I think we're perfectly fine here. Right? Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry. Did you say risks?
Well, yes, it's an excursion. Everything has a risk.
Okay. I don't think I knew that when I signed up for this, but you know what? I'll try anything once.
You didn't think that there would be some type of risk here on an excursion into this place?
Well, I mean, I figured there'd be some like spooky, crawly kind of a thing, but I didn't think that there would be like, you know, physical harm or nothing. To be honest with you, I'm just trying to get into Professor Lewis's class next semester, so I was like, this is a really great way to get into it, I suppose.
Fair enough.
She turns her attention to Professor Lewis.
Jen has a
What
question.
was the I missed that? I'm sorry. Jen, please go ahead.
You're good. Just at that comment, everyone would hear it just from the back. He's a quack.
I don't. Where did that come from? Who said that?
So weird. The voices again.
Again.
Huh?
Eleanor, turning her attention to Professor Lewis. When was the last time the Queen used you?
Well, I wouldn't exactly say used me. She relies upon my extensive knowledge and talents. She did have me working on some text recently that it was truly a fascinating book, and pardon me, just a bit of a headache every time I think about that book. It just, there was something about it that unnerved me, and you know, I don't. What was the question again? I seem to have lost my train of thought.
There it is again.
Okay. She kind of looks you up and down and goes, I see, and then turns her attention to Jen. What promise did the Queen make to you before this journey? And do you think she'll keep it?
So she said that I'd be able to find my friend here, but if no one's been in there besides your group, how is my friend going to be in there? I don't think that's going to be a promise she can keep.
I do believe Lewis has a question. We got a bunch of questions. We'll start with Lewis.
I wouldn't say it's so much a question. I just, most likely, to prepare yourself for the worst. Your friend is probably dead. That would be my guess if she's in there.
No, I honestly believe that. But I would like to know a little bit more about what maybe killed her, considering her and her team in another dig site just vanished.
Yeah, well, as long as you're prepared for the worst, that's good. I mean, I can understand the need for closure.
Gordy, I think I saw yours next.
Yes. Just so you know, okay. So if we don't find your friends inside of this place, seeing as it was, sealed and no one else has been here and stuff, it'd be pretty crazy if somehow, somewhere your friend somehow went inside that. Maybe there's a back door. Pitch posh. But maybe, if you don't mind, I could help finance another excursion to look for your friend at the other dig site.
Okay.
Wonderful.
June?
Well, okay, so I kind of was brought along because I know a lot about, like, the occult and, like, mythical stuff and whatnot. I'm pretty good at it. If you want, I could, like, do some sort of, like, oracle thing to try and see if your friend is around here, to, like, figure out why she's here. If she was at they, him? She, thank you. I could see if she, like, what brought her soul here, if she was at another dig site, I could give it a shot if you want.
Well, look, I mean, all of her stuff, everything was gone, and the only thing that I could find at that dig site was this.
Interesting.
It won't open, but it's something.
Maybe the key to that thing is going to be in this here dig site. It might be a good idea to look around for anything that, like, matches it with, like, a similar symbol or anything. I mean, who's to say? Weirder things have happened. Maybe there's some, like, container that, like, when you open it, a bunch of, like, souls pop out, but you, like, shouldn't look at it, like that kind of a thing.
Like one of those canopic jars for me too.
I was thinking more of like I don't know, call me crazy, like an ark or something.
That's fair.
Yeah. Like of the last... Wrong crowd? Probably wrong crowd.
Gordy.
No. I'm interested. I'm very interested. It's very interesting, very mystical stuff. You said that's all that you're into, correct?
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh, yeah. I do, like, tarot card readings, oracle card readings, palms, tea leaves, bones. What else do? I do, like, just like anything, really. Candles, I'm good with those. I'm pretty good with, like, trying to, like, figure out, like, occult stuff and, like, trying to talk to the dead. I'm actually currently working on my master's. I know it's hard to believe that a 22-year-old is already trying to get her master's, but I got my BFA when I was 18, and then I took some time off, and now I'm back. But anyway,
you get a master's inside of mystical things?
Oh yeah, the college I go to. My undergrad degree is in archaeology, and then I decided to get my master's in, like, the occult studies. So I'm starting to learn a lot more about, like, those old traditions and how they play. There's that voice again. Oh my god. But you know, I'm just I really think that kind of stuff is really neat, and you know, like I said, I've had some pretty weird experiences, so I feel like I of a lot of people that I know would be pretty good at being able to crack that box, so to speak.
You'd be perfect for finding Jin's friend. Oh, I can
Oh, okay.
definitely get your services as well when we go on this excursion.
Absolutely.
Professor Lewis.
The occult. Poppycock.
Oh.
Unless you're doing it from strictly an academic standpoint.
Well, I mean, at first it kind of started off because I've had some like really weird experiences, like I said, with like the deer. But like now it's just more so because I'm curious to see like what's going on. You know, there's this professor at the school that I went to, who like got into like all these like really weird. I think it's rumors personally, but like he gets himself into a whole lot of like trouble, like with like this like box that he found in the middle of the desert, and something about like a cup that like keeps you alive for like ever and ever and ever and ever. So I don't know. I just ever since I like took his class, I've been really interested in this kind of stuff.
You've been studying under Professor Jones, I assume.
Oh yeah, you heard of him.
Yes. Many of us in academia have heard of Professor Jones and his unorthodox means of study.
I think he's rather neat personally.
I believe we have a duck somewhere inside of here.
I know. I keep hearing that too. It's so odd.
We do have our first donation. For everyone across the board, for $22, we have Can't Find My Tongue. So for your next responses, you have to hold your tongue while you answer your question.
Oh, that
Sure.
is beautiful.
Sure. Yeah, I can give that a shot.
Phenomenal.
Gotta talk with a southern accent while holding tongue. That's crazy.
Which going into it,
Some crazier
Eleanor
things.
will turn to June.
Oh, hi.
You sometimes think that you might be the queen's favorite. Why? And why does that worry you?
Well, hold on one second. I think I got something on my tongue. But you see, there's something just like, I don't know, ever since that one day when the queen let me, you know, talk her ear off about the whole situation, I feel like she let me do it more and more lately. And so, you know, I just don't want to be anybody's favorite. I don't want anyone, you know, getting attached to me. I think I got it.
Chin.
Is there something in the air? I'm good. I'm good. I think I just bit my tongue.
Ooh, don't do that. All right. As you guys kind of find yourselves almost as if your tongue is swelling or vanished altogether, Eleanor kind of turns to all of you. I don't know what we expect to find down here, but I think as long as you keep a hell of a focus, everything will be fine. And she turns around and she leaves. As you wait for a moment, suddenly the ground under your beneath you begins to tremor. And then give as you fall with the debris that collapses beneath you into the darkness below.
Quacks.
As you stand
We
up,
got 12 of us down
unsure how long you fell or how far you are from the group, you stand, take a peek around the location, see that you find yourselves in a series of strange corridors. At one point, you swear you saw a door. But when you glance to tell the others, when you turn to look back, the door has vanished. As you're trying to gather your bearings, you hear, "Anybody down there?" As you hear the voice of Harold Pike, the professional escort meant to guide you through these caves as best he can. He makes his way down. As he gathers all of you, he looks to Gordy. What brings out the queen's cruelty?
Well, you see, in all honesty, the queen is mostly a nice person, but if you decide that you want to double cross her, oh my god, the queen is absolutely vicious.
I couldn't say the word vicious right. I got this.
She's absolutely vicious. I for one would never want to be on the receiving end of her ire if ever I backstab her. I mean, really? Who would you try to think anyways?
I believe I see what you were talking about, but whatever it was, yeah.
It's real bad.
As you continue kind of navigating these corridors, he turns to Professor Lewis. What question do you wish you could ask the Queen? And what keeps you from asking it?
Well, you see, I was like to know where's my money. She promised me money for this excursion, and I didn't see a single penny of it. There are expenses that require financing, but I understand that I don't want to, bite the proverbial hand that feeds me, so I've kept quiet so far.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
He turns to Jen. You've seen a side of the Queen that no one else has. Do you hope to see it again?
So, yeah, that's gonna bit my tongue. It really hurts. But I want to yell at someone once. That's about it. It was scary. I didn't like it. So, no, I wouldn't.
Okay. To June. If you left or were dismissed from the Queen's service, what life would you return to?
Oh, well, I would just probably go back to school, get my master's, and then, find myself at some other dig or, I don't know, maybe, okay, well, see, I really respected you, and so now I'm starting to think that maybe it doesn't go both ways, but, it's fine, everyone's allowed their opinion, I have mine, you have yours, but you see, I don't know, I've always been curious about the supernatural and whatnot, so I think I would get my master's, and then I would continue to just, figure out more about the supernatural world. I don't know, maybe Professor Jones is looking for an assistant. I would absolutely love to go on a dig with him. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Or maybe I'll become my own archaeologist in the supernatural. I think that might be fun too.
I do believe I saw Professor Winthorpe first.
I mean, if you're actually interested in the supernatural, there are two ne'er-do-wells I've come across. One Sam and Dean, who may be able to help you with some of that.
Oh, I don't know if I've ever heard of them. Are they the ones that typically wear a lot of plaid and they drive around that one car?
I believe they call it Baby.
So I don't know. I don't know if I'm comfortable driving around with two strange men.
They are strange, but I mean...
Although I have heard of this town, I think it's in Maine somewhere, where it's you can't go into it otherwise, you're gonna lose your brain and think you're somebody else. But who's to say? I don't know. I've heard strange tales of fairy tale creatures or something coming out of that place. Maybe I'll discover something about that. Who's to say?
Not gonna lie. I have forgot my train of thought.
Why is it? Because I referenced like some weird town in Maine. I think it's like Story Bones or something. Story, I don't know, something like that.
Isn't it like Storybrooke?
Yeah, that's the one.
It sounds like a lovely place. I think we should go visit.
I don't think the queen could afford that.
I don't even know how she's
I
affording
can.
this. Oh, sure.
Don't worry. We'll have a wonderful trip afterwards. Which brings me to my question. You don't actually believe that this place is haunted or anything supernatural could be happening here, right?
Me? Oh no, I absolutely do believe so. Why else would there be a priest here and like somebody who like knows a lot about the occult and somebody whose friend died at a different dig and like they're now saying that that girl's soul is now here? I'm thinking if it were me, I'm suspecting that there's some sort of like undead like puppet master that's like collecting souls or something. That's my hunch.
All right. Is the priest still here with us, like around?
The priest did not fall with you.
God fucking
It's
damn
just
it.
you. It's just you guys and her.
Ooh. Gordy right now is trying to fashion something into a cross.
You okay over there, Gordy?
No, I'm perfectly fine.
You know what? I think it's cool when people do arts and crafts. Yeah, you do your thing there, bud.
As you continue walking, Harold cuts in. Most of the superstitious stuff that we're hearing about is mostly just a bunch of nonsense, kind of riled up by the press that are nearby. What I will say, and then all of a sudden he freezes. He's looking behind you in the direction you came from. You turn to follow his gaze, and you see the door again, but now there's a floating eye, seemingly peering at you. And
Well, that's
then
fun.
you blink, and it vanishes. And when you turn back, Harold is gone. Instead, you're sitting at the end of the corridor, where you see the lights of a search party looking for you.
Hello?
Moving across. As you step into view, a man in a very fine suit kind of steps forward. He's kind of balding a little on top, hair kind of coming around short, very well dressed. Dr. Samuel Cray steps forward and goes to greet you. Well, thank goodness that we found you. I hope you all are well. He turns toward Gordy.
Raising up the makeshift cross just in case.
He turns toward Gordy, but you notice his eyes are a little bloodshot. And it does sound like there might be something kind of, like he's got a scratchy throat as he speaks to you. The Queen knows something about you that no one else does. What is it?
Gordy looks around at the others.
You want us to cover our ears? We can cover our ears.
She knows that I'm in a very long and very turbulent relationship with my butler. That's all.
Get it.
Looks over at Jen.
Sorry.
You were not supposed to hear that.
Hear what?
Stares. Raises up cross just in case.
He turns toward Professor Lewis. What brings out the Queen's kindness?
Well, the Queen has always been a very passionate woman, and just camaraderie in general has been something that she has been both in need of, but also willing to share in. Just the sitting around and the sharing of stories and knowledge has always been something that delights her, and you know, you can tell that she is genuinely, I believe, despite her owing me money, a very large sum of money, which, despite rumors, I do not have a gambling habit to be addressed. That's all speculation and rumor. That's not true. But aside from that, that is always something that I think has shown the type of woman she is.
I do believe Jen has a remark.
Oh, I'm just gonna go up to June and like tap her shoulder and.
Huh? Oh, sorry.
You're good.
As you tap on Jen's shoulder, the doctor turns his attention to Jen. Part of you wants this proposed alliance to fail. Why?
If you had just seen what we just saw and then realized that our guide was missing, you'd want to leave too.
And then he looks. Oh, Professor Winthorpe.
What do you mean? What we just saw?
You didn't see that? The giant eye, and then our guy just.
A trick of light and shadow, I'm sure. There's no floating eyeballs. How is that even possible? This is obviously. The fall is probably in this chamber. There's some gas or something.
So where's our guide?
I'm sure he just wandered off. Saw that we were fine. Realized that, you know, with myself here and my knowledge, you know, we're all in good hands. We're fine.
I feel safe.
See?
Mr. Pinstate, do you have an extra cross? You're muted.
I can fashion one right now. Grabs another large rock and starts carving.
To double check, Gordy, did you raise yours?
Yes.
Please do.
And it was mostly just so we could talk about our guide is missing.
Yeah,
I believe we haven't. We kind of like went over
right,
that.
and I'm pointing at the professor.
Have you never done field work before? Well, of course you haven't. You're not in the same field. It's not. I'm not saying that in a derogatory way.
So people just go missing all the time when you go and do excursions.
Jen's friend did. Jen's friend and her whole expedition went missing.
Well, I was just saying, have you had the coffee back at camp? I'm sure the coffee ran right through him. He had to rush off.
Okay.
And not say a single word. Okay.
When you have to, you have to.
I think he was taken.
That sounds like a movie.
Fine, that's fine. If he was, I mean, I do have a specific set of skills that will help in this situation.
I feel safe.
Yeah.
I
You will
don't.
find him.
I don't.
If I was in France, maybe.
Dr. Crane turns to June. This journey isn't just about diplomatic negotiations. What else do you suspect is going on and why?
Well, if this were about diplomatic negotiations and you invited me, you invited the wrong person. I'm not very good at talking to people. I don't know if you've like gathered that by now. My papa always says that it's better to be seen, not heard. Like I said, I think my suspicion is that there is something here that is like taking people for something like I don't know. I think it has a lot to do with like undead situation because I mean we're kind of in like a tomb, you know. That's like the vibe I'm getting with all the dead air and the weird door. I think here's what I think. All right, here's my hypothesis. I am guessing that at some point, a long time ago, some like king or like magic person or something like cursed a whole bunch of people, and specifically the person who is like laid to rest here. And so now there's like all this revenge stuff, and so we're not supposed to be disturbing this area because then the revenge stuff kind of like, you know, like kicks into effect. It's like one of those like thee shall not like tread on my resting place kind of a thing, but here we are treading. And so if that is the case, listen, I just want it to be known that I'm trying to be extra respectful here, and I would like to reach out to you, but I don't think nobody else does. So that's what I think for sure.
Professor Winthorpe.
June.
Yes.
Perhaps the stress of the situation has gotten to you, and
I ain't stressed.
well, you know, if you are, you know, I do have some Valium if you'd like one. I understand sometimes situations can cause people to.
Am I talking too loud? You want me to turn down the volume? Yeah, my papa says I do that too.
I'm just saying, if you need something to ease your nerves a bit, you know,
I ain't nervous.
sometimes. Of course. It's normal talk to talk about undead.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm having fun.
Gordy.
Yes, hands makeshift cross to Jin. I would also like the spirits to know that we are here just to observe.
Yeah. We're just here to figure some stuff out. We don't mean no offense.
Please don't kill me.
Oh, I don't think they'll kill you. They'll just probably make you like poof disappear like that other guy.
Or my friend.
Yeah, or your friend.
The good doctor kind of turns to look to each of you for a moment. You said you had a guide that went missing.
Yeah, we did. He fell down with us.
With the exception of you, there's no one unaccounted for.
Uh-oh.
Perhaps I should bring you back to our second camp so that maybe we can do an evaluation. Maybe a little head trauma happened during the fall.
I mean, I did bite my tongue. It hurt really bad.
We'll be sure to look at you. And he will get the rest of the group and begin to take you to the second camp. It is not quite as well situated as the first one. It looks like this is probably kind of reaching the furthest that they've made it through the excavation. You see it's got like a couple of tents, not as much nice equipment. So people are kind of moving about. As you guys are kind of waiting to be checked by the good doctor, an older gentleman approaches you. Looks like he might be in like his early 70s. He's wearing kind of like safari style kind of clothing, practical. As he kind of approaches you, he sits down across from you and pulls out this little notebook. Name's Old Ben Cutter. I'm mostly writing down the comings and goings of what goes on throughout here, so I'm here to ask you a few questions to make sure everything's going right. Heard you had a nasty fall. He turns over to Gordy. The Queen has ordered you not to speak to another member of the retinue. Who, and do you know why?
Well, I don't know the reason as to why, but she's asked me not to speak to the professor. I'm very confused as to why. I believe it has something to do with his skepticism something of that nature, or maybe it's just who he is as a person. I really don't know. I can't begin to understand the inner workings of the Queen's mind.
June.
My question's actually more for you, Dr. Guy. Here's my question. When people fall, and like you think they hit their head, which I don't think any of us did, but when they fall, do you usually ask such personal questions like this?
I'm flattered you think I'm a doctor, but I'm old Cutter. I'm just here to document the comings and goings of the stuff going on here.
All right. It still seems a little weird that you're asking questions like this after we apparently like fell through a floor, but like, who am I to question things? I'm sorry you're not allowed to talk to the professor though, Gordy. He's a very nice guy.
Professor Lewis.
I think skepticism, you said. I think you mispronounced science. It's science that drives me, not skepticism.
And I respect that. I respect your very wrong opinion, but you know.
Wait. Oh.
Jen first.
Professor, you know, like 200 years ago, women were burned for being witches for making medicine with herbs, right? That would be considered science nowadays, but witchcraft then. Would
Yes.
you not say that there couldn't be a scientific reason for all of this?
Of course there's a scientific reason. That's what I want to find out. I'm not immediately going to go, oh, great spirits, please, don't give me a purple nurple while we're rolling around in your tomb, trampling upon your bones.
Then here, take the book.
All right. I enjoy a good riddle.
Gordy sees
Let it be known that the professor has the book.
Gordy sees the kanji in the background when the book got raised. The menacing.
Wonderful. Old man Cutter turns to Professor Lewis. Do as I tell you to. There we go. There's a rumor that about you and the Queen back at the royal court. How did it start, and is it true?
Well, as far as rumors go about the Queen and myself, I mean, it's rather personal, but I'm not one to kiss and tell, as it were. Oh, I suppose I just did. Oh, no.
Quack!
Turning to Jen. Oh, June.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to pry, and like if you don't want to answer, of course you don't want to have to answer. Here's my question though: if you and the Queen are like canoodling, does that so like did you also have a say in like the people who came on this excursion then?
I had a say in myself coming. If I had chosen, this is not meant to be an offense. Now, Gordy has his uses with his wealth, but I would have picked perhaps people a bit more experienced in the field, as it were. Our dalliances are just that. They are not a serious relationship. So I don't know how well she would heed my advice on such things. She is a wonderful woman, but she does have very strong opinions that I have learned that it's best not to challenge.
That's fair. Well, I have a follow-up if you don't mind. Well, 2 follow-ups if you don't mind. My first follow-up is, how can you get experience if you don't go and experience the thing that you need experience for? That's my first question. And my second question is, so correct me if I'm wrong, but matter cannot be created or destroyed. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So if a conscious brain is matter, doesn't that mean that it existed, like the consciousness of who you are as a person, doesn't that mean that it existed before and after you were a person?
It's
Well,
expected.
that would be theoretical talk about things like religion and what happens to you after you die. I mean, if you want, I mean, I've written several dissertations on this. I could send those to you, and then you could go through them.
I would greatly appreciate that, but my point with that is that so then, therefore, if matter is not created or destroyed and your conscious self is existing before and after you're alive, wouldn't that then, therefore, theoretically, in the terms of science, also confirm the existence of spirits and ghosts?
Well, there's no proof that our consciousness exists before or after our lives.
Well, but there's no existence of matter until somebody discovered it.
Correct.
So,
I am not saying I'm
therefore-
not open to such things if there's science behind it.
I'm just saying that perhaps my skill set is a little bit more theoretical and maybe just a tad bit more based in science than you're believing it to be, and so therefore there is a reason why I am here on this expedition, and also that if this consciousness, regardless on how old or young it is, could still be hanging around the place that it knows best. And so therefore, I just think that theoretically, it might be best to be able to make sure that you do not anger it, because again, if creator cannot be destroyed or created, you could technically argue that you could still interact with matter. So I just want to keep my hands clean of any anger that matter may or may not have against me.
Very well. I will no longer insult the Ooga Booga man that exists in this
I
station.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Before I continue, did anyone else have an exclamation point that put it down? Gordy?
It was more of a comment. Is that why she didn't want me talking to you? Because you have a relationship with her? Did she think I was going to move in her relationship? Is that the reason why? 'Cause
Oh.
That woman!
I mean,
I'm just thinking out loud. Don't worry. The words in my mouth that left my mouth did not exist.
I don't think that would matter to her. Actually, I mean, we all know about you and your butler.
What?
What?
Well, most of us know about you and your butler, and because he does talk in his sleep.
But
You
we
have
were
a butler?
Yes, I have several butlers and maids.
That's so cool.
No, we're specifically talking about Nigel.
At that point, old man Cutter kind of takes a look at each of you. But it looks like you all got a lot to unpack here, so I'm going to leave you to that. He closes his little notebook and he stands up. As he turns to walk away, you all notice that the ground that he's stepping across does have a peculiar engraving underneath it. And when, out of curiosity, you go over and start moving some of the dirt and the dust, underneath is a large golden circle with a star that looks eerily like what is on Jen's journal.
Jen, didn't I tell you? I told you.
The professor has the book now.
Well, that was your book, and I told you.
It was my
I
friend's
right.
book, but
With that, we're going to go ahead and take a little break. Thank you for stopping by, everybody. We'll see you here in a few minutes. Get some water, go to the restroom, what have you. We'll see you come back for part 2. And welcome back. Thank you all for sticking with us so far. Again, just a quick reminder, we are raising money for Project Hope, Venezuela Earthquake Response. We have raised $22 so far. Every dollar you donate counts. So, keep donating, and with further ado, we'll continue our story. You guys found yourselves, after speaking with Old Man Cutter, you are standing on the circle that with the star that matches the journal of Jen O'Neill that is now in the possession of Professor Winthorpe Lewis. As you guys are kind of standing there, taking a moment, kind of trying to process the weight of that situation, a young man, probably in his like mid-20s, short, kind of slick back hair, very round glasses, wearing a suit that looks a little too big for him, kind of walks up. He's got like a large bag. Excuse me, I am Howard Finch. I am the museum curator. I've come to kind of take a look at everything and see if there's anything worth retrieving and bring it back to the museum. He turns his attention toward Gordy. Just kind of go over a few things. The Queen once asked why you serve her. Did she get an honest answer?
I mean, I believe that I gave as honest as I could. To be quite honest, it's knowing powerful people and having connections is, well, it definitely helps in life. You're able to do more, get more things done, and, well, how could I not want to be friends with her?
Right. Turning to the professor. Oh, yes. Move, thank you. The Queen is responsible for the death of someone you loved. Who and what happened?
Well, it was a while ago, I'll say, that, yes, you might say it was an accident, but, you know, it just, you know, even though it was a while ago, it's still a bit painful to talk about, but, you know, my beloved Marion, you know, it's my fault for, you know, leaving the gate open anyways, knowing that she was coming over and knowing that, you know, the Queen does have a little, you know, she enjoys her drink, and she just didn't see Marion there, you know, the edge of the driveway, and I love that dog, but I mean, it is what it is, you know. It's those things happen.
Turning his attention to Jen. Well, the Queen once had you punished. What about the memory of that will stay with you forever?
So about that. I didn't realize my shoelaces were untied, and I tripped, and I may have broken a vase that has been in her family, or at least the royal family, for a very, very long time. And she threatened to me, so I couldn't continue my studies. I really like what I do.
Professor Winthorpe.
that vase. That wouldn't have been the Ming vase that she kept on her mantle.
The one in the green room. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I don't know how to tell you this. That was a forgery. She keeps the real one in secure in her vault, but
I feel a little bit better now.
don't tell her I told you that. But I mean, it was so obvious. I mean, if you have studied the Chinese dynasties as I
that's not my field of study. But thank you for easing my mind on that one.
I mean, it was still worth thousands,
Yeah.
but not priceless as a Ming vase. So,
Gordy.
So you mean to tell me that the queen locked her away, stopped her from doing her studies,
No, threatened.
threatened to stop over a forgery?
Apparently.
well, to not punish it would be to admit that the vase was not as valuable.
Well, that's interesting.
It also helps you know it's a forgery because she has one just like it in her bedroom as well. And the pantry. and the music room.
Oh, darling.
By the piano.
Okay.
She must really like his boss.
Slight pats on shoulder. There. It is okay. What do you do for poor people to make them feel better?
The
He turns-
same thing you do for normal people?
Here's $300.
Oh, alright.
Thank you.
Turns to June.
Hi.
Suddenly feel a lot better.
You said your name was Howard, right? Your name's Howard?
I forgot his name.
You're so bad.
Apologies. Yes, Howard Finch.
Hi, Howard.
In your eyes, what makes the queen ugly?
Oh, nothing. The way where my eyes are landing right now, nothing's ugly.
He kind of blushes a little bit, and then he kind of looks to everyone. Okay, well, I think that's everything I need here. This is a curious find that you have here. I will take a look at this. If you wouldn't mind, and he kind of points a little further on the path, if you would just take a look ahead down the corridor, and we'll see. Let us know if you find anything.
But you're gonna be right here when we get back?
Yes, I'll be right here.
Okay. Bye, Howard.
Bye. And you turn and make your way down to the corridor. As you kind of look down, it goes down and then kind of slopes on a decline. But you do see a light, maybe 60 or so feet down. Not a very bright one, not enough to illuminate much of anything. And then you see a silhouette. Kind of steps backlit by the light that you see. And it speaks out. Gordy.
Oh no, I don't like this.
I think the ducks are quiet now too.
I'm so sorry, spirits. Please don't get it. Okay?
Some would say the queen is not your queen. Why do you serve her anyway?
Because powerful political connections can always do well for a person in my line of work. It doesn't matter if she's not my queen per se. I just want to make sure that we are on the same side. That's it. That's all.
Okay.
Please don't kill me.
Professor Winthorpe, what do you do for the Queen that anyone else could? And why does she make you do it?
Well, I have a skilled tongue that lets me explain things. What does that look for? What do you think I was talking about? This is about the passage of knowledge. I mean, and she has me read passages to her. She obviously, anyone could do this. She could do it herself, but I think she just finds comfort in my voice, perhaps.
June.
I didn't take it to mean any other thing. I figured you meant like when it comes to speaking and whatnot. I mean, I don't know why they're laughing, but I totally understood you.
Well, good. That's...
What else would you use your tongue for other than to talk to people?
Oh, well, I mean, there are times. Never mind.
All right.
Gordy.
I can think of several things.
Like when you get like an ice cream cone?
Sure.
Or like a popsicle?
Yeah, so fresh fruit.
Well, yeah, I guess if you eat like a really nice apple.
All right, and Jen.
Anyway, random, mysterious shade voice thing. Why are you here?
You do not get a reply.
I don't like this.
Holding up cross.
All right. We will take a quick moment because we did just receive a donation for
Thank you.
of $10. It is a audience question for June. Yes.
Oh,
we're doing.
all right.
We do have two. Yes. The mysterious stranger that we're currently experiencing right now. Thank you for that donation, as well as this one, which is for June. The question is, where did it go? The Queen once told you something in confidence. Why did you tell others?
Oh, that was in confidence? Oh, no. Listen, I try my best to keep secrets. I want that to be very known that I do keep really good secrets, okay? But the thing is that sometimes if you don't tell me flat out what you want, I assume that you're telling other people. And I don't know if you figure this out yet. I don't really have a lot of friends. And so I was once told that sharing information about well, not just like people, but like sharing information in general is a really good way to make friends, which is weird because I share information about with people all the time and I still don't really have a lot of friends. But anyway, in that regard, well, you see, I had kind of, okay, how do I say this? So I never knew my mama. I knew my pop, but I never knew my mama. And she said that she might know who my real parents are, which is a little odd to me, because like I already know who my papa is, and she said that she once had a baby, but I don't know where that baby went, and so I guess not everyone knew that she had a baby, and so I told somebody, I think it was Gordy, what is it that I told about? Huh?
Breathe.
Jen, I believe I saw yours first.
That was mine.
Oh, got it. Professor Winthorpe.
You ever think maybe the reason you occasionally give up secrets is you're like one of those dolls with a string on their back. When you pull it, they just start talking, except that you can pull it yourself, and you just keep pulling it. You know, maybe
I don't got
that's
no string in my back. I don't got no. My back is fine. I don't have a string in my back.
metaphorical string. I don't mean you have an actual string on your back.
Oh, I just like talking. I don't know. I usually just talk until someone tells me to stop.
Plainly obvious to everyone within 100 feet easily.
Is this a nice way of telling me to stop talking?
You're just verbose.
I just want to make sure you breathe, because I don't think I saw you take a breath the whole 3.5 minutes you were talking.
Is that
Which is
better?
very impressive.
Thank you. No one's ever said that
Jen
before.
O'Neill,
Oh,
He's talking again.
you arranged for the Queen to be ambushed on this journey. What did they offer you?
Well, you see, my task has already been done.
huh?
And, I don't... They offered to bring my friend back.
Gordy, I do believe I saw yours first.
You're
You're
muted.
It was because of the vase, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
June.
Well, I just have. I'll make it quick. It's just like you're not gonna. It's not all of us to be ambushed, right? Are we all? We're not all in danger, are we?
I was supposed to give the book to the professor.
Why?
They wanted me to give him the book. I don't know. It
Uh-oh.
was with my friend's stuff, but what's left in that spot, but that's all I know.
Professor Winthorpe.
Who exactly is they?
I wouldn't be able to tell you. I met them in a park out, and for the life of me, I can't remember their face. It's like I can remember what they were wearing. It was a gray pinstripe suit, really nice loafers. He had a silver watch on his left arm, but I could not remember his face. It was like he had a brown briefcase and his head was like a swarm of flies. I don't know how else to explain it.
Huh?
Ah, I see.
June,
Yeah.
when was the last time the Queen gave you a compliment? And why have her words stayed with you?
Oh.
In 20,000 words or less.
Okay. Does that count as one word? Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Okay. Well, I don't get a lot of compliments. But she said that I was like, she said that I was pretty. And not a lot of people compliment me like ever. But she said that I had really pretty eyes and that they reminded her of somebody. And so that was just really, really nice. And so I have kept that with me because I think it's like the first compliment that I've gotten ever. And, you know, it was just nice. It's nice to know that somebody thinks your eyes are pretty.
Professor Winthorpe.
I think I might know who you reminded her of. It's my former wife.
Oh.
There's a similarity in your eyes and in my wife, and you know, and she probably was reminded, you know, when she when she killed my wife along with the dog, that's probably, she has fond memories of my wife as well. So she probably saw the similarity there. And
Why? If she was fond of your wife, why did she kill her too?
as I said, it was an accident. I mean, she.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I mean, she saw the dog. She swerved to miss the dog, hitting my wife, and then my wife bounced off and landed on the dog and killed the dog.
Oh, that makes total sense to me. I'm sorry you lost your wife, though. That must be really hard.
We were estranged.
Oh. I'm sorry still. It's not nice to be estranged from somebody that you spend so much time with.
As the last question is answered, the figure below in the light seems to almost flicker away. Professor Winthorpe, the book in your possession suddenly drops out of your bag. It lands on the floor, flying open, flipping through several pages before stopping. And then suddenly your perception, all of you, is deadened, zoned, tunneled into this book. And when you blink and open your eyes, you're back in those corridors. In front of you, a door with a wide eye. Frantically looking amongst all of you.
Is this still a trick of the light, Professor?
Gordy.
How does the Queen remind you of her status while on this journey?
Uh-oh.
Well, she reminds me through many things, through her crown that she stubbornly still wears, even if we are in a place that she does not need it, her clothing, her words that are somewhat filled with this arrogance that only comes with being in power, as a royal would. I don't mind it. It is who she is. But what are you? Is my question.
You get no response.
Okay.
I hate it here.
Professor, what is something you do for the Queen that has prepared you well for this journey?
Well, before I answer your question, did you need a lozenge? It seemed a little. As far as what I did to prepare, or what the Queen did, or what I have done to prepare, well, I mean, as I said, I studied this book that she gave me. I translated a couple of tablets. There were some statuettes that I examined. I did some research for her and tried to find any information I could as far as what's going on here. Oh, that book! I can still feel the words in my skull, but it's use my expertise to get as much information for her as I could.
Jen.
When was the last time the Queen criticized you? And why have her words stayed with you?
Seeing that the the vase was just last week, yeah, I am still trying to get over that, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do if I lose my ability to continue my studies. I've put my whole life into this.
June.
Yeah.
What did you bring with you that endangers the Queen?
I mean, I don't have any weapons on me, if that's what you're asking. What did I bring with me that endangers the Queen? Maybe my bright, smiling personality. Because she's kind of like, yeah, I mean, she's really nice, don't get me wrong, but she's a little bit of like a very serious person, you know? Or maybe it's because I never stop talking. Who's to say? I think it's my bright, shining personality, though.
Gordy.
Could it be that you yourself is the thing that you brought? I'm not saying that you are a thing, but you did bring yourself, and if you didn't bring anything
That's
else,
true. Oh, well, I mean, I brought like my notebook and like my tarot cards, but I don't think tarot cards are really going to be like anything bad to anybody other than like those of you who don't believe in it. You're going to be like, oh, that's like not real. You're just hearing what you want to hear.
Unless you can throw them and make them explode, I don't believe that they are.
No, I'm not like I know I'm from the South, but I'm not like, you know, some like guy that like throws cards around and, you know, does that whole thing. Yeah, I don't like, listen, we might have some like similar ideals, but like that's not me as a person, you know. I suppose, yeah, I don't know why I would, you know, endanger the Queen. I'm just here to talk to ghosts, I suppose.
Unless you go rogue.
I don't think I would. I like you guys. I think we're becoming really good friends. So I wouldn't want to like leave you guys. Although I will admit that after this, I did think Howard was really cute. So maybe he'd want to go on a date, like in the museum or something. I don't know.
As you finish answering your questions, the eye flitting quickly between each of you.
You and your queen are in great danger.
Uh-oh.
It may be too late. It has found you.
And you watch as this white eye begins to go bloodshot. It begins to tremble. And then begins to fray, peeling back away like thread, revealing underneath it a series of red eyes that focus on you as if they've been looking for you this whole time.
Uh-oh.
And then you blink and you snap back. The book is on the ground. Each of you are kind of prone on your hands and knees looking around. You look down the corridor, no longer at a slope, it's straight. Just seems to kind of go on like everywhere else that you're looking. As you turn around, you see Maggie. Maggie is a archaeologist. She is wearing like a tie-dye shirt with a vest. She's got like some loose jewelry that she's wearing, these big glasses, kind of like some frizzy hair as she walks up. What are you all doing over here? Are you okay? And she kind of goes over and begins checking on you. Looks over to Gordy. And Gordy, when you look up at her, when you finally look past the sheen of her glasses, there are no eyes, just bundles of red string. You sometimes think of one member of the retinue as the Queen's favorite. Who? And what makes you think so?
Well, to be quite honest, I once believed it to be Professor Lewis. Miss O'Neill. Seeing as how she is on this excursion and she was never punished for the vase issue. Seems to me that the Queen likes her a lot. and would want nothing bad to happen to her, and wants to help her as much as possible.
Professor Winthorpe. What do you do for the Queen that no one else ever could?
Well, let's see. As far as what I do for the Queen that no one else could, again, my sharp intellect and my studies, my ability to translate ancient languages and text. You know, it's a unique ability that I have. I am very well versed in these ancient languages. So I would say that I don't know of anyone else who can translate as many what you would call dead languages as I can. So obviously I don't think anyone else in the party has such abilities. Not saying that you are not without value to yourselves. You all will serve a purpose at some point, I'm sure.
Turning to Jen. Yours all feel very targeted. When was the last time the Queen embarrassed you?
Oh. 2 days ago when she told me I had to be on this journey. She held up the bill for the vase in front of everybody.
Oh.
June.
That was the bill for the vase? I thought that was her phone number.
Exactly.
Uh-oh. So I should probably rip that page out of my notebook and toss it then, because I wrote it down, because I thought it was like, in case of emergency, call this number. And it wasn't that. Uh-oh. Sorry. Now I understand why you were crying after she did that.
Before we get to the next question of the round, we received another donation. Thank you very much. And we have, let's see, language barrier. You must censor parts of your answers with random animal noises. So, June.
Uh-oh. Yeah, let's give this to the person who's talking the most. That's a real great idea. Thanks, guys.
I'm wondering which animal's gonna be. What's gonna be a multitude of animals?
Serving the Queen is your duty. What do you do for her that is also your pleasure?
Oh, goodness. Well, you see, this is like the worst one to get for this, too. Oh, Lord. Oh, God, what do I do for the Queen? Well, that also, meow. You know, I think the thing that I do that is also a meow for me is, woo, 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 woo. So, that's what I think.
Me too, girl.
Right.
Professor.
Yeah. I'm surprised that you would say that too, but all right.
I mean, right now you're reminding me of my ex-wife now too.
Why is that?
Little idiosyncrasies in your behavior, the way you speak or don't speak.
Oh, did she? I mean, I don't like talking a whole lot about how passionate I am about certain things, so that's kind of why my answer was really short. So, was it like the fluctuation of how much she would talk versus like how little she would talk about certain things?
It's about certain sounds she would make when I would. Never mind.
Oh, all right. I won't pry if you don't want me to.
Yeah.
as you finish responding, Maggie, with this grin that's just a little too wide, goes, well, I'm glad you all are all right. Well, I think the Queen's going to be arriving soon. I think you all should probably come with me.
Oh, okay. I have one really big question. I'm sorry if this is a rude question. Are you okay?
Oh, why wouldn't I be?
I think you got something in your eye there.
It looks to me like you got something in yours.
No? My eyes are fine.
You guys follow her. Heading to kind of back to that camp where you guys met Howard and Dr. Crane and all of them. When the Queen and her entourage began making their way into the camp from the one you originally were in. As she steps up in all her glory, she stops abruptly. Almost immediately goes pale. She kind of begins to cough. Drool kind of begins spitting out as she kind of drops down onto her knees, coughing, and then she takes her hand and reaches back into her throat, grabs something and begins to pull, and you begin to see this wet red string.
Out. Out.
That just keeps going, and then it snaps. Her eyes widen, she panics, she continues, seems to be struggling to breathe, and as you take a look around, as your Queen is vulnerable, you see Howard, Dr. Crane, Maggie, everyone you've met so far on this journey, the tour guide that wasn't accounted for, all turn toward the Queen, eyes, red strings,
Not
brandishing
Howard.
weapons. And I'm going to ask you one final question. In this moment, I want you all to raise your hand like this, and I'm going to ask you, will you defend the Queen? And on the count of 3, you will raise your thumb if you will, and you will lower it if you will not. 1, 2, 3. Interesting. And I'm going to go down the line here, and I'll ask everybody why they made their decision. It seems pretty openly most of you are moving against, or at the very least not assisting. So, Gordy, explain yourself.
I have to defend the Queen. She's my one royal connection. Sure, I know other people, but they're lesser. If I can't defend her and I cannot make sure that she survives, what else do I have? I mean, I have my fortune, but in relationships, what do I have? I also have my lover and other people. She's a good friend.
Eloquently put. Professor.
The professor turns and he's holding that book, which flips open, and he goes, Fugli Mugra, Unaf Cthulhu, Willa Waka, the Gel Versagen.
Jen.
The strings are always pulling.
And you follow them gracefully. June.
Oh, I think June. I think June is genuinely really scared in this moment and doesn't really know what to do. She's never been in a situation like this, and I think, unfortunately, because this is a new situation for her, you got fight, you got flight, but June freezes.
And with that, we bring our game to a close. The fate of what happens to these expeditioners unknown, except for a rumor in a hospital somewhere far from here. There's a patient that never quite stops talking about red strings. Thank you, everybody, for tagging along. And thank you so much for your donations. We appreciate every single one of you. Please enjoy the rest of your evenings, and we'll see you in the next chapter.